TGC Requiem. We're here with another match with Black-White Elves. We are on the draw. We will keep this. It's a little fragile. Hopefully there's no turn 1 discard. Maybe this is red-blue or blue-red Eldrazi. Maybe it's blue-red Delver. Blue Moon. What do we got going on? Grixis. Lightning Bolt. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Alright, indeed it is Grixis. Got a Serum Visions. So probably should have led with Gilt Leaf, looking back. Led with Gilt Leaf. In case it got bolted, then I could play the Overgrown Tomb tapped this turn. As it is, now I'm going to have to play the Gilt Leaf tapped. Not the way you want it to happen, but we will take him if we can. Hopefully another Lightning Bolt. Nice. Good start, buddy. Good draws. Happy for you. Bet he takes an Archdruid, if I were a betting man. Bet this gets remanded. Nope. Okay. Just gonna Lightning Bolt it again. Maybe Kolaghan's Command to make me discard a card. Shadow of Doubt. So he is just gonna do this to draw a card. Maybe he's a little low on mana. So looks like we got some sort of Grixis control mid-range thing going on. Pia. There you are. This is probably about done. I mean, there's no reason to not go for this. We know it's gonna die, but we don't really have much of a choice. Better for him to sack one of his Thopters to kill Archdruid and keep us open to a potential land draw for Collected Company. Okay, so he is not. Maybe he just has a Terminate and he's going to go that route. Kolaghan's Command. Can't imagine he doesn't have something. Yeah. So discard a card and 2 damage. So a Heritage Druid, oh my gosh, so I was just going to say, so a Heritage Druid would also get us into range here for casting a Nettle Sentinel, or a Collected Company. Except it doesn't, because we're still a mana short. Ah, bollocks. He must have something. Another Kolaghan's Command. Terminate. What do we got going on? Terminate. I've got a feeling we're going to kill him this turn. Like it does anything. That was well timed. He's down to 1 card. We draw another land here, and we may be all right. So he can do 3. He can ping us for another 2. So if he doesn't have reach here, what we're doing, 3, can you do us down to 5? If he doesn't have any reach in hand, we're setting up a position where Collected Company could potentially win us the game if we draw into it. Draw into a land. Well, fragile hand, not the sort of deck we want to run into when we have that hand. It was a powerful yet fragile hand. So we're gonna do Burrington, Forge Tender. Leyline of Vitality is good in these matchups. Lead the Stampede is good in these sort of matchups. Dauntless Escort may be alright. Reclamation Sage seems overkill. I'm going to cut a Chord. We're going to cut a Twinen's Elite and a Heritage Druid, as those are harder to key off through all the removal. We don't need a third Azuri, and I think actually I'm just going to cut another Chord. So I like this. This doesn't do anything. I do think we're still going to keep it, because if we draw into anything, we're good. But as it is, it really just doesn't do anything. So we need to draw into something. Leyline will buy us some time, though, and it gives a lot of dorks to work with in the short term. So Grixis decks historically have a really bad time dealing with enchantments. So we're going to go Visionary. We're just trying to get some card draw going on. This is actually a cast and replace for 3 mana instantaneously. Looks like he's got, no, thought maybe a Spell Snare. So now he's going to go for the Bolt after the damage. So he did let us get some damage in there we wouldn't have necessarily. Gotten. So looks like he's gonna maybe remand this. Try and buy him some time. Mana Leak. Mana Leak, alright, yeah. Makes more sense for Mana Leak in a Grixis shell, so this sort of shell. It's fine. 3 damage is the most damage we're going to get out of Elvish Visionary in a game, so forcing him to fetch is kind of okay. So he's going to Serum Visions. I'm going to predict he keeps them both on top and then fetches them away. Puts 1 on the bottom and 1 on top. Nice. Overgrown Tomb. just trying to buy ourselves some time here. He's going to start hitting more powerful spells. We'll probably... we just don't want to unload into an Anger of the Gods. Try and keep it too short for him to Pyroclasm, or not worth it for him to Pyroclasm. Gonna bolt the Mystic. Or terminate the Mystic. Probably figures I'm sitting on... Alright, Snapcaster into bolts. Probably figures I'm sitting on Collected Company, which would make sense. Fair trade. If he taps out for Pia and Kieran, we will probably unload our hand. Looking like Anger of the Gods, but he's trying to decide if he really wants to. Kolaghan's Command. Return target creature and 2 damage, yeah. So he's got a lot of work to do. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 on board. Again, nothing. Drew into nothing so far. I have all the mana I could ever hope for. He has a Snapcaster, so he could snap into Lightning Bolt. That's a thing. In fact, that may just happen right now. Figures you'll probably try and maximize, get some damage out of combat. I may be able to get him to use his bolts. Snap and then bolt immediately to take out 2 creatures, which allows us to stick the Archdruid perhaps. Really looking for some Collected Companies right now. Lead the Stampede would be good. I just thought scoured me. Is his goal to mill me out now? Maybe he's holding on to a surgical extraction. He's taking a chance at hitting a Coco. Outgrinding Grixis, that seems weird. So maybe another Snappy, or is he going for another Serum Visions? Thought Scour, perhaps? A Gurmag Angler. Boom. There's really no reason to do anything here. I mean, he may have removal, but running in to get him down to 2 doesn't really get us on the next hit. There's a chance that a collected company on its own could just win the game. We could get greedy and go for a Court of Calling right here. I think we hold off. Try and use it in response, perhaps. One, two, three, four, five, six. X is currently 3. Click OK. What's going on? There we go. Okay, that's fine. Down to 1 card in hand. I mean, we gotta be drawing closer to a collected company or lead the Stampede. So I think we just do this now, because this could lead to an attack. He's got another one. Nice. He's got all the answers. I thought he was going to proactively kill something. Not worried about him. I mean, maybe he has an anger of the gods. Or a damnation. Oh, okay, he's got another Gurmag Angler. So, maybe a Tassiger, but most likely another Gurmag Angler. He's just trying to determine what he wants to delve. So he's starting to put a little bit of a clock on, but not that much. Alright, so Tasker now, he's going to be able to start recurring spells. So here he goes. We hope he hits something useless, but that seems unlikely. Ah, Anger of the Gods, right. You can have the Dispel. We're just like a Shaman of the Pack away. You can have a Tassiger. Right. So we know he has a Tasker, we know he has a Dispel. I think and we know he has land. So a Shaman of the Pack just wins the game. So we've won, he just hasn't realized it yet. He's trying to think if there's anything he can do. I'm not sure why he's wasting his time. We know exactly what two cards he has in hand. while we're waiting for this, let me just talk about the sideboard a little bit. Burnt and Forge Tender to handle red cards like Anger of the Gods. It can also be used to counter a key removal spell from burn like Boros Charm, and then also all the different Pyroclasm type decks, and we can chord for it for X1. Hope I'm not crashing out here. So I don't know if we've... I mean, it hasn't crashed on mine yet. I don't know. Maybe the guy just had to get up and walk away because he was blown away that I was playing this card. Othersworn Canonist I put in there to primarily play against Living End, which I feel like is going to be kind of popular right now. Malira is for Infect, and possibly also could be brought in against Affinity. I think I probably would bring it in against Affinity. A lot of their best draws against us are the Infect damage. Again, chordable target, Spellskite, also a variety of matchups, Affinity, Bogles, etc. Quarter calling for matchups where I want a fourth one. Matchups where I want a fourth one is kind of like anything where I think there's going to be like a semi-board stall. Merfolk specifically, I really like Court of Calling in to go get a Shaman of the Pack. Usually that's enough to finish them off. Dauntless Escort is to handle Wrath of God type effects. I really don't know what's going on with our opponent here. Excuse me. But yeah, Dauntless Escort's good. Ideally, it would be like a quotable target. I'm probably going to try and run more of them too. But a quotable target against like Wrath of God, Damnation, Anger of the Gods, Pyroclasm, things like that. Though Burnt and Forge Tender is more likely the target for a Pyroclasm than Dauntless Escort. To lead the Stampede just for grindy and to try and reload with board sweeps. That Shaman of the Pack in the side is not supposed to be there. I think I've got my list all screwed up. Memoricide. No, that's in there. Reclamation Sage. Yeah, that should be a Reclamation Sage. Let's update it here. So at this point, I really do hope we definitely see the clock ticking down up here. Right. Hey, there it goes. Maybe he just wanted to put himself on a clock. So we may end I feel like we're going to end up getting a free go to time win here, right? Not to say he can't beat me in 3 minutes, but he'd be hard pressed to. Well, this is super boring. Alright, there we go. Got the win. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Wonder what his clock shows. I don't really think we do anything differently here. He's mulligan to 6. We're on the draw. I think we actually keep this. Seven visions. I don't get that. Like, you know you're going to Scalding, crack your Scalding. Unless he knows he's not going to crack a Scalding Tarn. Oh yeah. And he put them both on... He put them both on the bottom and then cracked it, so now they're both back on top. That's how that works. And I presume Bolt. No, he's gonna Inquisition me. Clock is running down. need a black source. Nope, that's not what we want. This is what we want. Just buying ourselves some time. So here comes a Tassiger Gurmag Angler, but we've got blockers for days. I think we just go with the Dauntless Escort at this point. And he's at time. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. So, get the win. 2-2. Going to our third match. Not really the way we draw it up. Well, we'll be back for match 3 soon.